What is up, guys? Sonduren Canadian Rider here. It is winter, and today I'm going to be talking about how the Lexus IS350 and IS250 behind me are for winter driving. One question I'm always asked is, how are these cars in winter driving? I've owned these Lexuses for quite a long time, about 5-6 years now. Both of them have over 300,000 kilometers, so I have a lot of advice for winter driving. I've been driving these cars as my daily drivers with my fiance. This is my Lexus IS350, over 300,000 kilometers. It's got the Blizzaks on those tires right now, and then the Lexus IS250 with the Hankook eye pikes. I've been driving these cars during the summer and during the winter, and the reality is there are some things that you should consider when driving these cars in the winter to actually have an enjoyable, fun, and safe experience. I am in right now the Lexus IS250. This is a 2009 IS250, and it's got about 325,000 kilometers right now, which is quite high in terms of kilometers. But just like my Lexus IS350, I think these are going to last for probably the lifetime of the metal. That's how reliable these engines are, and it's still like buttery smooth. But let's talk about winter driving performance. A lot of the times, a lot of people ask me questions, hey, the Lexus IS250 I have is rear-wheel drive. The Lexus IS350 I have is rear-wheel drive. How are they in winter conditions? And the truth is, with all season tires and the tires I had previously when I bought these cars, they weren't the greatest. It honestly wasn't the best experience because without four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive and some sort of system like that in the winter, you lose that ability to really grip onto the snow and ice. So it's very important that you have a good set of winter tires. That is extremely important for these cars. Don't cheap out on winter tires for these cars, and especially in my experience on both of these Lexuses. I remember the first year, 2 years, I would get stuck places. I would get stuck on hills. I would just lose control. I wouldn't be very confident in winter driving conditions, and we all know this. Winter tires are the key. They are like Velcro to the snow and ice. It's something that's a requirement, especially in this car. It's a sportier car, and the other thing that I'll talk about is the engines on these cars. On my IS350 especially, I lose the rear end pretty quickly without some really good tires. Even with the winter tires on, I do lose some of that rear grip from time to time depending on how bad I'm flogging it. Now, the one thing a lot of people don't know is that there is a snow mode for both of these cars. So on my Lexus IS350 and this Lexus IS250, I make sure, especially on those days when there's tons of snow, put on snow mode. What that does is actually it reduces the amount of throttle that gets put into your car. So if you're pressing down on the throttle, it's going to smooth out that motion, so things are going to go slower, more even, and that's the way you should be driving in inclement conditions with snow and ice. Like, you should be thinking about managing your throttle control, making sure you're not going wild, and making everything smooth and slow and steady. So that's what snow mode does. So if you're driving this car in the winter, I think in terms of the traction experience in driving, these are great cars, and you can have a lot of fun with them because they're rear-wheel drive, which is what I love. But to make yourself easy and make sure that you have traction on your commute or anything else, a good set of winter tires. I have Blizzaks on my Lexus IS350, and they're the new ones from 2019. And then I have the Hankook eye pikes on this car, which I actually prefer. But for the winter, for winter driving, you don't have four-wheel drive. I get it, but you have a car that's very solid, very reliable, heats up really well. I use full synthetic oil changes on this car. I just released a video about how I did an oil change on this car. Very simple and easy to do the maintenance on this car yourself. If you think about all the things that I care about for winter drivability, it's traction and control. I have that. Yes, it doesn't have four-wheel drive. In the perfect world, it would have that, and this would be like the best car for that, but that's fine. I like the fact that I can have fun with rear-wheel drive in the winter. That's good. Get a good set of winter tires on this thing, and you're set up. Reliability. That's very important. Reliability is important for every car, but it's especially important if you're in a snowstorm. The last thing that you want to happen is for something to happen with the car, and you're out there in the freezing temperatures. Maybe you're not prepared, and you're trying to fix a car. The beauty about these Lexus cars, and the beauty about any Toyota, is the fact that they're super reliable. Again, right now, 325 200,000 kilometers on this 2009 Lexus IS250, and my fiance is driving ahead of me in my 2006 Lexus IS350 with over 300,000 kilometers. And if you haven't seen the video, I will link it in the card above as well. I've done a full roundup on the maintenance and reliability of these cars, and basically, I don't think these cars will ever break down in my lifetime. I'm being dead serious. Like, the engine on this car right now, it's... Can you hear that? It's smooth as butter. It's so unbelievable that it's this smooth. We just did a spark plug change on this car. I also have that video that I'll link above in the card. These Lexus cars are the epitome of beautiful reliability and craftsmanship and engineering. Yes, they don't give you the most horsepower in the world. Yes, they're not in the best in terms of fuel economy. You're absolutely right. But in terms of reliability and knowing that it'll get me from point A to B without breaking down, you know, I have no problem. If someone said to me, hey, you want to drive to Vancouver right now from Toronto? I'd say, this car will not miss a beat. Doesn't even burn oil. Even for my R8, I'd have to say, you know what, if I did that for the R8, let me bring some oil, because I know I'm going to be burning a little bit of oil with that car, and maybe I'll bring some other things, just in case. But for this car, not a worry at all. Like, this is a rock solid machine. So basically, to wrap up this video, very important that you get really good winter tires for this car. It does help, especially because it's rear wheel drive. I think it's a critical piece if you're thinking about winter driving this car. If you have any questions about this IS250 or my Lexus IS350, let me know in the comment box down below. I've been winter driving these cars for the last 4, 5, 6 years now, and I'm telling you the truth. These are amazing cars. I love Lexus quality. I love Lexus reliability. I am a Lexus fanboy since owning these cars. And again, thank you guys so much. 25,000 subscribers on the channel. Everything that you want about Lexus cars, my Audi R8, my Ducati Monster, detailing, maintenance, DIYs, everything's on this channel. Make sure you subscribe. We have over 25,000 subscribers on the channel. I'm very lucky and happy to be making this content and sharing my experiences on these cars. So make sure you subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video as I brave out this winter storm before the spring, and lots of stuff coming for the spring as well. I'll catch you guys in the next video.